Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are going to go ahead and do a pick a card reading. This reading today is going to be an intuitive scrying reading. So if you have not seen these readings before, I just use the black obsidian scrying ball that I have here to channel information, to see visions, and to hear messages from spirit. So it's just going to be an intuitive channeled reading. So we're going to see what we have today. This is going to be what kind of urgent, important messages does your spirit team have for you right now. So I really want to leave this one very open-ended, because I just feel like there is some kind of information that needs to come up here that needs to find you at this time. So if you do feel drawn to this reading in any kind of way, then it could be for you. Just listen to your intuition. If it doesn't feel right, or if you feel confused, then it may not be for you. But let's just set the intention together that this reading will be for whoever it's for. I trust that spirit will guide those souls to this reading and to the correct pile if it's right for them. So we have 3 butterflies to choose from. Group number 1, you are going to be this butterfly here. Group number 2, you are going to be this butterfly. And group number 3, you are going to be this butterfly here. So really choose intuitively, not just the one that you think looks the best appearance-wise, just whichever one really draws you in at an intuitive level. So you can pause the video if you need more time. The timestamps are going to be down below in the description box. And yeah, whenever you're ready, we will jump into group number 1. Hello, group number 1. If you chose this butterfly here, let's go ahead and see what we can pick up on here with your reading. So also, I am going to be pulling some charms at the end of the reading just for some additional messages. Okay, so Spirit, tune us in here today to anybody who chose group number 1, this first butterfly. What urgent messages do the viewers of this reading need to hear? So what do your spirit guides, your spirit team, what do they most want you to hear right now as you have clicked on this reading? So what is most important for you to hear? Let's see. So some of you here watching, it's interesting because they're actually showing me the way this butterfly is pink on this side and purple on this side. Some of you have, I'm hearing, dissolved a timeline of the past. So this could be that you are suddenly drawn into like a new timeline, a new version of yourself, a new version of kind of life. This may be now, or could be a bit in the future. Sometimes these will manifest like 2 months in advance, or before it happens, I should say. So that could be the case for some of you, but they're definitely showing me that you have successfully, I'm hearing, you've successfully done this. So if you have been kind of like attached to something that you no longer feel resonant to, or there's just a version of you or a feeling within yourself that is kind of outdated or that you're outgrowing, they're showing me here that you're taking a leap of faith into a new direction. So that could be that you actually know what that is because you're taking a leap of faith physically into some sort of situation for some of you. And they're highlighting the purple part here because I feel like there's a connection here to your crown chakra. Some of you here are very connected right now, and incoming, I would say like the next couple months, maybe next 6 months or next year, they're showing me the sacral chakra and the crown chakra especially, and the heart chakra. Those are like the parts of the energy centers which are going to be the most sort of active or shifting the most. And they're showing me here that you have, again, successfully, they keep wanting to say, if you haven't yet, you're going to be. They're also showing here that what you need to know is that you have a very lucky energy around you. So you may find that whatever you kind of apply yourself to right now and the future goals that you may have, they're going to actually be very lucky, because you seem to be very supported here with this abundant, lucky energy around you. And I feel like there's a really strong message here for whoever this is for, to not look backwards. They want you to only look forward, and to possibly even, I'm being shown a group of people or some people around you which you've had to walk away from or set boundaries with. And some of you here are moving through kind of a process where this is happening on a level that you are spiritually outgrowing people, spiritually outgrowing connections in your life. And I'm hearing it's in order to provide you with more peace. And they're actually showing me also Archangel Michael and a lot of angelic guides around you, which have almost been pushing you away from certain people or certain things. For a lot of you, it's people, but it could also be just situations in general. And the reason for this is because, again, you no longer kind of need that, or you no longer resonate with that. Even if your ego thinks that you do, or even if you feel still attached to that, it's something that is on a soul level, you have outgrown that. And they're also showing here there's a lot more money and abundance that's reaching you. They're actually showing me like a pond full of money, like floating with money. And they're showing me fish, which can represent finances as well. So there's a feeling here of like things multiplying in your life. Definitely in the form of many different forms of abundance, but money is definitely coming through as one of them. And this could be kind of specific for someone, but if you have been wondering if going into a certain direction, mainly involving maybe career or your finances, if you're going to have luck there, I'm getting that yes, you are going to have a very lucky break with something that maybe you've been wanting to do. And maybe you've been wondering, like, is it really going to work, or is the universe kind of favoring this? And I feel like the answer is yes. I'm also hearing Libra, so this could be around Libra season, or by that time period this could be happening, or you could be a Libra, of course, for some of you as well. And this is actually, they're pointing to a reading I just did in the collective where I was mentioning about something about your destiny is protected. If you align with this, you may want to watch that, because they're showing the same message here about distractions and how you are letting go of distractions. You are either intentionally, or it's happening on this, again, level where Spirit is trying to push you away from situations, people, and distractions, which are kind of keeping you away from your abundance. And I keep being shown so much green. There also could be the presence of Archangel Raphael coming up as well, because it feels like a very soothing kind of green heart chakra as well coming up again. Something about abundance though, like green being the color in like spell work or candle magic. Green would represent abundance and money. So I don't know if maybe some of you are trying to manifest, more money or abundance, but that is something that's coming through. They keep showing me also hopping animals. Like I was being shown a frog. Now I'm seeing a bunny. So there could be this feeling of like a grasshopper too, like a leap of faith. And so what you most need to know here, pile number one, is that you are getting ready for that leap of faith. So you're either about to do this, or you're going to find that you're going to be pushed kind of to the edge here to take a leap of faith. They're also showing me something about your image. Like they're showing me somebody looking in the mirror, but it could be physical. Like you may be also going through a physical change in a more positive way. Like maybe you like the way that you look better right now, or you're going through some physical changes in a again, a more positive way. But it's also like your overall energy. How to put it, like there's something with the division of the two, the pink and the purple, where you could even be finding that like your whole energy is changing, where the way that you viewed yourself is shifting from like the pink to the purple. And in this case, how they're showing it is like it's going from one level to a higher level of that, meaning that your whole body, because some of you this could actually be like physically too, but it's physically, but also it's energetically, which can translate then into the physical. But they want you to know that you're kind of moving into a more, you have more like of a presence to you, or more of, there's something, they keep focusing around the actual aura, like your body. And I don't know how else to put it, but if you feel this already, then you know what I'm saying, where everything is kind of just going to be leveled up. But in order to do that, we have to let go of the kind of body in a way that we were in previously, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what's happening. And again, I've been seeing a lot of butterflies. I don't know if I already mentioned it or if I was just thinking it, but I've been seeing a lot of butterflies recently. And that's why I was drawn to these butterfly little things here today, and to do this pick a card reading and leave it open, because I feel like there's a lot of deep transformations happening in the collective. And so this feels like it found you at a time, or it will find you at a time, where you're going to be wondering about these changes that you're going through. Anything else that group number 1 needs to hear? What are the urgent messages from your spirit team right now, group number 1? There's also something here about, again, they're showing me the crown chakra, and I'm hearing, if you think you can, you can. And they're pointing to you needing to maybe like change the way that you think things can be, in terms of like, is it possible? They want you to believe in the impossible, or to hold more space for your true fulfillments and dreams. Because I feel like a lot of things are going to start moving for you in your reality, in your environment. It feels like a lot of manifestations that you've set intentions for, maybe even like years ago or months ago, are going to start to all come in, maybe even at one time. And so that can be sort of overwhelming, but it feels like that's part of that shift of you going from here to here, because it feels like a lot of things, again, that maybe haven't really manifested before, or they were on the back burner, or they were sitting back kind of, they're getting ready to all come in now. And so it's like Spirit's way of trying to clear the space for all of those things to start to come in. Also, some of you hear a side note, you could be clairaudient, meaning that you hear messages from Spirit, or you're going to like develop that gift. There's something they're pointing to where you're hearing messages from Spirit, or you're going to be strengthening your psychic abilities, specifically clairaudience. Clairaudient ability is something coming through. And with the reference of the crown chakra, again, there's definitely a strong feeling here of just a lot of, it's almost like you could find that your world starts to move more quickly, and it's the perception that time is speeding up, or that there's just going to be a lot more, I guess, joy, like kind of joy, but also, what's the word for it? Just like more vibrancy to your world, in the form of a lot more action happening. And they keep wanting to point to that purple color. So if you've been like seeing purple orbs, or if you've been drawn to wear purple, or something with purple just keeps coming up. And again, of course, the crown chakra, if you feel called to meditate on your crown chakra, maybe crown chakra singing bowls, things like that, could be really helpful right now. Because some of you definitely are going to be opening the door to Spirit, I'm hearing. And you need to know that this is going to, again, they want to reiterate, it's going to cause some doors to close, but other doors to open. And for those of you who are very energetically sensitive, it also could be a bit overwhelming, because a lot of your psychic abilities are going to increase or come online for the first time. And this is shifting you into the reality of those manifestations of yours to experience a higher level of satisfaction, love, joy, abundance here on earth. Like, you know, if that makes sense, like you're transforming into a version of you that is able to experience that to a higher degree and feel more at peace with your life and feel more joyful in your life. They want you to know that. I'm also hearing hold the gaze forward. So they're showing me something that you may have like a target for in your life. Like you may have a goal for something. They want you to keep your eyes very focused on that. Like keep your mind, keep your heart, keep your soul very focused on that goal, because it feels like they're showing me a bunch of angels lifting you onto like a platform. So this is something too where, like I was saying in the beginning, there's a success here coming in for you. You are going to be successful, but that could be very specific for some of you watching, that you've been hoping to achieve this certain milestone, or you've been hoping to kind of go onto that platform, metaphorically speaking, for that prize of your life, or that raise or promotion, or something that would elevate your life, even just in terms of day-to-day things. And I'm seeing so many angels around you, which is the reference of the crown chakra again. Some of you have done something to like open the connection further to spirit recently, which is, again, almost like if you picture, in this case, butterflies, since I'm seeing so many butterflies, like a window, and it's been closed, and then you open it, and it kind of allows all of the light and the butterflies to like come down into your world. That's kind of how they're showing it to be. And they're kind of referring it to that there is this influx of higher energy, which is going to help you to achieve the things that you've wanted to, and the manifestations to come in. It feels very like almost like serendipitous, I guess is the word too. It feels very almost like emotional as well. Some of you may have some situations come in which are going to be very emotional for you, because it's going to be like a wish fulfillment, or it's going to be something that you set the intention for a while ago, and it kind of just makes you feel very emotional or very much in joy when you realize that it's finally here. That's what they're saying here. There's a message here that they want you to keep your life in order, especially in relation to maybe even like actual organization of your home. So maybe doing like a cleaning day, or going from one room to the next and just kind of organizing or throwing out things that you don't need. Because this is what they're telling me, is that some of you may be drawn to do these things, or maybe it's in different ways. Maybe you want to clean up your appearance or something, or maybe you want to, I think it's on many levels though for you. It's like appearance, it's self-growth, it's within yourself, and it also reflects to your outward world. Like maybe you're annoyed that you have something messy and before it didn't bother you. It's actually because your inner world with the butterfly is reflecting, rippling out into, like, how to put it, like your external is matching the internal and vice versa. So you having a call to be more organized, or to even, maybe some of you are studying, or you want to learn new things, or you want to kind of like grow within your life right now. That's the reason that you feel called to do that, is because you are shifting. I'm seeing a very specific message here. I'm being shown somebody calling you, but it looks like you are irritated and hanging up the phone. So this could be just the way Spirit's showing it to me, or that could be an actual situation. It either is like one person that's going to happen with, and it could be the person I mentioned before, or the group of people that you energetically no longer resonate with. So either you're going to actually do that, and someone's going to, you know, maybe call you or reach out to you, but you are going to like cut them off, or you're going to say goodbye to this person. Others of you, this could just be the representation of the energy. It could be other people. It could be even groups of people. It could be some situation that you no longer, again, feel connected to. possibly even that you no longer want to hear from somebody anymore. That's for somebody. I'm hearing Diane or Diana. What does group number 1 urgently need to hear? Yeah, I do feel that if this aligns with you, there is something in your environment which it's of a lower nature. And I just don't know exactly how this is going to be. For a lot of you, it feels like something that you've already been involved with, though, because you're able to see the difference now, like that you once aligned to that person, or you once, were kind of fitting in to that situation or group of people or job or something. But now it's like that situation has become dull, or something has changed within it, where again you're kind of moving out of that, or you're being almost pushed out of that. So just be aware of your environment. Whatever feels kind of irritating to you, or especially irritating or off, or kind of like it just disturbs you or disturbs your peace, even if it's just energetically, like maybe you're feeling very good and happy, and then something, you start to feel angry or irritable, you may have picked that up from somebody. Or if you are someone who's very sensitive, you could have like a person that is spiritually connected to you who's causing disturbance. So be aware of that. Be mindful of clearing your energy, especially I'm hearing right now as you go through this process of change, because it could be a time of adjustments needed for all of this. I'm being shown something about somebody's eyes. I am hearing get your eyes checked. That could just be for one person if you've been having, vision problems or something. But again, Spirit could be showing it in a way for others of you. This is more about, your vision in terms of your third eye, and also what you're seeing in your reality, and like are you seeing things in like a crystal clear way, or are you seeing things in maybe like not so clear of a way? So they want you to get clear on that. They're also showing me the Temperance card in Tarot, which is about balance and moderation. So there is, and patience as well, but in this case I'm seeing it more as balance. There's something that you're being called to see your life in a very balanced lens. And this could be from anything from like your routines or your habits, or again like being organized, or your diet, or the way that you are living your life. Like, is it balanced? Does it make you feel balanced? At the end of the day, do you feel like you are grounded and balanced? And if not, there could be kind of an urge here from Spirit to shift that, change that, do whatever you need to do to go from the pink to the purple. But this could also be relationships too, because they're showing me an evil eye, which actually came up as well in that collective reading. I had seen the same thing, but they're showing this big evil eye, but it's melting. It's almost like the actual pendant, like that they're showing me, or the symbol of it is like melting at the bottom. And what they're showing me with this is that there is like a need for you to up your protection. Again, not because you're like in danger or that you're threatened by this. Like it's not that you can be harmed by it, only if you believe yourself to be. But at the same time, there is kind of a sacred, I'm hearing a sacred movement that you're moving through that needs space and time to integrate all of this. So you need to give yourself that time, kind of is what's coming through. I'm even seeing specifically for some of you, if you can like take a vacation, or I'm seeing like a mountain cabin or something to where you can just disconnect from people for maybe a weekend or something, or even just a day. Even if you don't stay, overnight, just like going to some secluded place in nature and just spending the whole day there with no distractions, or maybe no phone either. There's something about replenishing your energy away from the effects of other people and other energies. And it's all because it's almost like a raw wound or something. Like when you come out of this, or like raw skin of a snake when they shed their skin. It's vulnerable and it's sensitive when you go through it, but it's being rebuilt in a way that can be more sensitive in a good way. And that's just going to take some time though for that. I'm also being shown somebody taking off in a rocket and going up to space. So for some of you, this could also be a message from your star family, from your galactic guides, galactic team. And it's, again, for this pile, there's such a strong feeling of like the connection to spirit, the connection to the crown chakra. I keep getting this. So yeah, if you haven't yet, I feel like you could be in for a big spiritual experience that is going to take your, spiritual journey up to the next level. And again, it can be kind of like, it takes adjustment. We can't just expect to try out this like new skin if it's brand new to us. It's almost like we're being given a new avatar. And it's really interesting too, because I channeled that message the other day, and I haven't shared it yet or anything, but because it was a very strange message and I wanted to sit with it a little bit. But Spirit did show me that, like something about it's almost like the physical body again that you've been in is no more, but it's not like in that kind of way of like death. It's more of like it's being replaced by a new avatar kind of yourself at this point in your journey, which could manifest as like, again, the old you on many ways, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Your environment is being replaced by the new avatar of you at this point in your like spiritual growth evolution. So yeah, it takes adjustment for that. So is there anything else here for pile number 1? Any urgent messages from their guides? I'm hearing it's going to be okay. So someone needs to hear that. It's going to be okay. I'm also being shown something very specific. This is only for those of you who this big shift is affecting your life in a major way. Specifically, I'm being shown maybe you're completely redoing your life, or you're having like a total life change. Maybe it's multiple things. You're leaving a relationship, you're moving across the country, you are saying goodbye to a long-standing job or something like that. If that message is for you, it feels like within about a year's time, you're going to be in the purple part of the butterfly completely, where, again, this version of you now, you're going to look back on this part of you now and realize that it was in order to get you to where you're going and where you're going to be, and so much more of a aligned path to your soul and to your spiritual growth at that point, which maybe right now the uncomfortable process of that shift has to take place now, though. I don't know why I'm hearing Disney. So for some reason I heard like watch Disney. I don't know why that's coming up. I'm not sure if somebody likes to watch, Disney movies or something, or I don't know what that is. Yeah, and some of you, this could be about your finances too. And I'm seeing somebody kind of get out their calculator and get things organized. So that keeps coming up as well. Something about being organized. Also, lastly, I will say, you know how like in like a hospital or something, or yeah, when they like close the curtain that divides the two like hospital beds between each other. I just saw that. Like I saw somebody doing their finances, and I saw Spirit draw the curtain so nobody could see you there doing your finances. So you may want to be careful again of like who sees your stuff, not just your finances, but everything energetically, who you share your energy with, who you allow in your space, various things, because it's like you need a curtain 360 degrees all around you right now. And not like forever, but just there's something about right now. There's a heightened moment right now where you need to draw the curtain so that you can protect yourself more. Don't tell everyone maybe like what you're doing or what you're up to. Keep things close to yourself right now is what's coming through. Because some of you here have a big plan, and that big plan that you have is going to be successful, but it's something that needs to be preserved right now and sacred to the plan that you're having. So you may know what that is. If you don't know what that is, it could be something that is, again, like with that reading I did collectively, it's a part of your destined plan, which is now coming more into focus of like some kind of life mission maybe, or something that is now ready to start being in the works. And because of how special that is and how it can be targeted, if people know what that is, that's why you may need more energetic protection right now. Okay, so I'm going to grab some charms just to see if there's anything additional that needs to come up here. Also, I'm hearing farmer's market, and I'm being shown somebody shopping and kind of selecting these organic fruits and veggies. So you may want to, again, like clean up your life. It could be your diet as well. You may also be drawn to eating healthier foods with that purple color too. The closer that you get to spirit, the more you're going to be drawn to high vibrational things. So if you start to feel that, that's the reason why. I knew there'd be something about butterflies because I've been seeing them everywhere. And we have here, without change, there would be no butterflies. So it's so funny that I chose the butter. Yeah, that looks like an H, but obviously it's supposed to be butterflies. We have this rubber duck here. So this could be, some of you need to spend time maybe in the bathtub. It could be also something with like having more fun, even something about tapping into like inner child or playfulness, something about unwinding, you know, with like a bubble bath could definitely be as well. We have Taurus. Okay, so some of you could be a Taurus. It also says trustworthy. This could also be, we just passed Taurus season, but there could have been something in Taurus season as well, or just take that how it's going to fit with you. We have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, this is like a new start, some kind of new passion, new venture. That feeling again of the purple part of this butterfly, of like a rebirth for you. Something really exciting I keep getting to, like a passionate, exciting feeling coming in. So we have this symbol here. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you, there's a lot of, again, energy that you're cultivating, like that you're calling in. There's a lot of swirling energies around you and coming in. Again, it could be a bit like too much or overwhelming, but yeah, it's like a lot is changing in a good way in terms of more movement as well and action. We have this bow and arrow. So yeah, it's like go towards your target, you know, keep your eyes on the prize. We also have Aries, and we have courageous. So could have Aries energy here too, but also the boldness of Aries, and then the groundedness of Taurus maybe. Yeah, we have a lantern, or is this a, yeah, no, it's a lighthouse. So this for me always tells me like go with your intuition, go with where you feel called to go intuitively. This is also a sign that your higher self is guiding you right now. We have the brightness of your being is generated from within. And so with that lighthouse too, and this symbol here, I do think that there's some kind of fire or light coming to life within you on a soul level, which is why you're going in that purple direction, because it's something which can, again, like take you further sort of on your spiritual path. We have the cross here. So this could be about protection. Again, I'm getting maybe spiritual protection, calling in the archangels were coming up strongly for you as well. We have this heart with the beat. So again, Ace of Wands, something is coming back to life for you. There's a resurrection of your soul. There's something of like, or some passion of your soul, I should say. There's something like that, or you may even find a lot of experiences coming in that are going to really kind of electrify your heart again. Could be in love, or could just be in creativity in general. We also have karma. So kind of gives me a feeling too with that division I keep being drawn to of the butterfly, that you're leaving behind a lot of karmic cycles and karmic kind of situations that are no longer fitting for you. Turning over a new leaf, I'm getting with this. Could also be now as the, you know, greenery comes back outside. We also have this little white cat. So I don't know what that means for you. We also have here circus. So yeah, it's almost like the quote, like if it not your circus or something like that. So there could be a lot of, again, weird energies going on, or buzzing energies, which are kind of crazy almost in a way, or they could make you feel crazy, or not crazy, but it's just a lot happening. And you have to be mindful of like, do you want to be in that circus, like, or who do you allow in your circus, and are you participating in the circus when you don't want to be, or when you shouldn't be anymore? We also have the owl here. So yeah, intuition. Again, a lot of you are tapping into a lot of deep spiritual truths, and there's a lot of activation around your spirituality. And we have a traffic light here. So that kind of gives me a feeling of like, when is it time to rest? When is it time to stop? When is it time to go? I feel like right now it's fluctuating between maybe like the red light, the green light, knowing kind of where that line is with that. But I will leave it here, group number 1. I hope that this reading was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 2. If you chose this butterfly here, let's go ahead and see what comes up for you. So we're going to see what urgent messages do your spirit guides and spirit team want to tell you today. So also at the end of the reading, we're going to be pulling some charms for some additional messages. Okay, so Spirit, tune us into group number 2. Anybody who chose this butterfly here, this leopard print butterfly, what does group number 2 need to know? What urgent messages need to find them right now for the viewers of group number 2? What urgent messages from their spirit team and spirit guides need to find them? I'm being shown a gentle stream. Well, I was seeing a stream and I heard Spirit say gentle stream. So I don't know if some of you do live near a stream, but it also feels like a flow. It feels actually very soothing. So I don't know if maybe there's something that you need to know to be gentle with yourself right now. Maybe being compassionate, being gentle. I'm actually being shown a card from a deck, and it says something about you don't know the whole story or something like that, or you don't know, but they're showing it like as there's a sky and then clouds and like an angel on top. So I feel like there could be something here for some of you. What you need to know is that you have your spirit team watching a situation closely, and you may not know everything, or you may be seeing things in one way, but in reality it's in a different way. And I don't know yet what this is, but this is kind of interesting. I feel like what you need to know overall is, because they're showing me a lot of strange images here, but they're showing me like these zombies or monsters which are surrounding here. take this how this will resonate with you, because I don't know if this is something maybe that you are seeing in a way that is not really what it is, or if you're just being protected right now. I mean, I think you are being protected from things that you can't see right now. And there's a feeling with that gentle stream that you need to hold space for yourself and for healing and for just flow and compassion right now, because there is some sort of almost what feels to be like a refuge or like a resting time. So I don't know if you're in that right now or if this is something which is a little bit later down the road, but they're showing me like a center, a circle in the center, and this represents you, and you're being still in the center. But there's other things circling around you I keep being shown, and they're not all like good energies. But this is not to like for you to be afraid of it. It's actually been coming up in the collective reading I did, and the group number 1 had a little bit of that too. There seems to be a lot right now in the collective focusing around protecting your energy, because we are going through a lot of intense energy. So if this kind of sounds like something that you feel maybe sometimes that there's some sort of lingering energy around you, or maybe not so good energies being sent your way, just know that you're being very guided by your spirit team on when to pause, when to act, and when to kind of lay low is what's coming up, however that's going to fit with you. Yeah, this is kind of interesting, but they're showing me a lot of like equations here. There's something quite confusing about this. I don't know what you're going through, but maybe you feel confused about something, or what is this? Group number 2, what do you most need to hear? What is the urgent message from your spirit team? I'm hearing refocus. Yeah, I don't know. They want you to refocus yourself, refocus your energy into the center, maybe it's refocusing into yourself. I'm also hearing root chakra. So maybe grounding yourself could be important here. Again, this is like a common theme in the last few weeks. There's something about distractions, or something about being aware of any energies which are trying to distract you. So what you need to know, they're also showing me a paintbrush. I'm seeing crayons, paintbrush, a canvas. So I really feel like what's actually happening as I'm going deeper into this energy for you, group number 2, is that there's some part of your soul which is opening, which is more of like a creative center, which can be safe to come out, kind of is what it feels like. Like I almost feel like you're going through something, or you will be, where it's like a little door is opening within yourself, and that door has a lot of color to it. Like it has a lot of vibrant colors, and it represents some creative or like just more soul-centered part of you, if that makes sense, which is trying to come out, kind of, or trying to be let out. And during this process, your guides want to protect you, because maybe that's why, maybe you felt in the past that you couldn't let that part of you out. Or maybe you've always felt that there's been this dormant or stuck part of you. And it's like you need to hold space for yourself to let that part of you kind of come out. Because your energy feels a bit, I don't know what the word is. It's a bit, yeah, they're showing me a lock, like a lock, but it's locked and I don't see the key. There's just a lock here. And this actually could be on a very deep level where you're actually aligning back to source, I'm hearing. So this would be for you, or you could resonate with this if you've been feeling maybe a bit, it could manifest differently. Either you've been feeling a bit off, or you've been feeling that there has been a lot of weird energies around you, or you've been feeling very inspired to go deeply within yourself, with your soul, and somehow let that part of you come out. Or it could be creativity, it could be something about like the present moment, or just like going deep into the moment and just sort of letting the worries go, something along those lines. And I just feel like if this is for you, you are aligning back to, like, I'm hearing the light, like the real source I'm being shown. So I don't know what that is with like the zombie reference. I'm not sure if maybe you went down a different path at some point, or you went down like a darker path, or if this is all happening in the background kind of in a way that is hard to describe, but it's something that you're getting back to, like who you are at a soul level, and connecting back to source and to your higher self in a deeper way. And so I feel like they're actually showing me too with the leopard print here. This represents that creative part of you, because some of you could be connecting to like the animal part of you, if that makes sense, or like the animalistic part of you. You could even have a connection to cat energy, where I'm hearing it's safe. Yeah, it's safe. And they keep showing me that angel up in the clouds. It's like there's the clouds and there's one specific, could be a guardian angel, that is watching intently you, but also just like watching everything in your life as well, to make sure that, you know, everything's okay, and that like trying to protect you. I am being shown that a lot of you, yeah, that's the main focus of the message here, group number 2, is that I'm being shown 1111, lots of like synchronistic numbers, and they're showing it in a way to where, again, you're reconnecting back to spirit. Not that you had lost touch, of course, completely with spirit or anything, but there may have been some part of you which did, or you are just, yeah, like overall realigning to like the self that maybe you left behind or that you lost at some point. I'm also being shown that you may have a lot of news coming in, is just what I heard. I heard news coming in, and I saw like a bunch of things at one time. So this could be in the form of people sending you news. This could be in the form of things that you see. Again, I think that if you resonate with this, there may be a lot of angel numbers. There could be a lot of weird synchronicities that you've been seeing, or not weird really, but you could be seeing a lot of repeating numbers and things like that. But I feel like, I forgot what I said just before that, but anything else for group number 2? What do they need to, what's urgent for them to hear for group number 2? Yeah, and some of you need to be aware, which is similar to the group number 1 and the collective reading I did. You kind of need to be aware of where you may fall into, Spirit showing it to be like a black hole, which they're showing there to be like a lot of deep, sad emotions with that. So maybe it's easy to kind of go back into a comfort zone, which is comfortable, but also is no longer helping you to be your true self, or it's a sad part of you, or it's something that, you know, maybe, for example, it's about a relationship, or it's about somebody that you wish things were different with, or that you kind of are nostalgic about something. They just want you to feel whatever it is that you need to feel, but try not to like fall into the black hole. You can walk around the edges of it to heal and to feel whatever it is you need to feel, but it's almost like you can go so deep that you actually fall to the bottom of the black hole, and that may have represented some cycle that you've been in for a long time, and they want you to come out of that now. And that's where part of this reference of the angel looking after you and watching your life is, because maybe there are certain things that you're not seeing clearly. Maybe it's that you're seeing it more from like the lens of grief or something, or again, nostalgia, or a different perception than things really are. Not that it has to be that that situation is false or anything, but it could just be the way that you need to process it right now is like time to maybe move out of that, is what's coming through. Yeah, they keep showing the root chakra, and I'm seeing a lot of red color. So I feel like you may want to meditate on your root chakra, grounding yourself, something about safety, you know, feeling safe, allowing your body to feel safe. Oh, they're bringing me back. That's what I was saying before about the news. There could be a lot of news coming in. And yeah, I was referring it to like the synchronicities of the angel numbers. That could be one way that you're receiving news, but it could be also through anything like people. It could be through other people sending you something. It could be through things that you see maybe about situations in your life. So your guides want you to be aware of just like the overall news kind of that you're receiving in your reality, because there is a lot of information that you're ready to receive. I'm hearing that you're ready to digest it. You're ready to begin to like receive more of what you didn't see before maybe, or like more of what you can see now, or that you're ready to see now. I have no idea why I'm seeing somebody throw like an ice bucket on top of someone's head, like the ice bucket challenge. I don't know why that's coming up. Could be ice baths maybe, if that's something that you feel drawn to do. Could also be like the startling effect of that, like a wake-up call. Maybe metaphorically, spirit is trying to throw the ice bucket on your head to... There is some kind of wake-up call here, or like, yeah, time to wake up, or... Group number 2, what else do you need to hear urgently from spirit? This is super specific for those of you who maybe part of this has been about another person, or maybe it's not about what I said before, maybe it's just a separate message. But if you have somebody here that you have been maybe separate from or apart from, or that you haven't, maybe there's been some kind of disconnect, they want you to not do anything towards that person. I'm hearing something like let them come to you or let them miss you. So that could be a message for somebody that, again, with the reference of somebody watching over, you really don't have to do anything with those situations. I think that's why they want you to not be in that like black hole energy, because maybe it takes you down a path of thinking that you need to change something about yourself or like take action. But there's a call here to be within yourself and stay very still. Stay very still, like that circle in the middle. So spiritually still, mentally still, and also even in an actual situation, like not taking action maybe right now towards a person or even something else for you. You don't have to take action right now. It's more of that time for grounding. Some of you may have a connection to like nature spirits, to trees. I'm seeing a lot of trees here, and something about the connection that you have to trees on a spiritual level. Maybe even communicating with trees. Yeah, I'm hearing that song. I think it's called, I don't know if it's called Surrender or White Flag by Dido. I don't know. I think the artist Dido. But something about surrender. I wave the white flag of surrender or something like that. So yeah, I feel like this is a time. Your guides want to mostly say that this is a time to surrender. I'm also hearing relearning, and they're showing me somebody relearning how to tie their shoe. So this could be various things depending on how it resonates with you, but maybe you're kind of in the process of relearning how to, forgive, or relearning parts of yourself that you had neglected, or you're relearning something literal even of a study or something like that you want to pursue. But for a lot of you, it's more of like an energetic relearning, rewiring maybe of your subconscious in order to change those situations or belief systems from what you thought that they were, or what you had accepted as your reality into something new, like creating a new way of viewing things and living. Yeah, they're showing me a card too from the tea leaf deck. Karma, you will reap what you have sown, it says. And that actually goes together. They're showing with the message of stillness that right now is actually a time of karmic balance in the background where, how to explain this? Like you may feel sometimes like you want to take action because you're feeling the effects. Like maybe it is about, let's just say it's about a relationship. It won't be for everybody, but if it's like a past relationship where somebody did you wrong or you've been in a separation and maybe you never got kind of your justice from that, they're showing there to be in the background karmic justice balancing, and you may start to feel that in the form of maybe either thinking about that person or maybe thinking about the situation or even yourself wanting to like take action because you're feeling the energy of it. But actually what they want to say is that this time of stillness for you and you almost like reclaiming those parts of yourself again is the result of this karmic justice, or the beginning result of it. So you are reaping what you have sown, which for a lot of you feels like what you have sown, and what's kind of your end of this is you know, again, like coming to life again, or something with that middle of your soul, or that window opening within you of more joy or more creativity. So they don't want you to feel like you have to do anything. The universe is taking care of it. If there's anything you can like take away from it, I keep seeing that angel in the cloud at the top of the, like in the top up here. And they keep wanting to say that they're watching over everything, including this karmic balance and all of it. Some of you here are definitely going to be connecting with a lot of new people. They want you to know that, and they're drawing me now for some reason, as I said that, to the leopard print. So it could be maybe even for some of you meeting people who are going to bring this out in you, like maybe a more free-spirited part of you or a wild part of you even, or just like something here of like, I don't know, something with the authentic you being represented by the leopard print. And the people that you're meeting are going to be more aligned to the authentic you now. I'm seeing a diary, and I'm hearing some of you may want to write in a diary. I'm also being shown something about manifestation and setting intentions in a diary, maybe even on like a daily basis to set your intentions and to begin to sort of summon in your desires that maybe at one point you had stuffed away or that you didn't give enough credit to. They want you to start to bring those to life and believe that you can have them and believe that you're worthy of them. Yeah, they're showing me somebody opening the garage door and like backing out the car, and I just heard Spirit saying like it's time to like open the garage door and start moving, like get in your car and go. It doesn't have to be literal, but maybe like not sitting at home so much, or you're not going to be sitting at home. Maybe you're going to be meeting new people. There's going to be a lot more, or a gradual at least, feeling of people coming into your life, like new experiences. I'm hearing settling in. So some of you here could be settling into some new environment, but also settling into the new energy as well. I'm also being told that some of you need to kind of indulge yourself a little bit more, allow yourself to have more fun. I'm seeing a box of donuts, and I just heard, you know, every now and then if you want to like indulge in something like that, or whatever it is that you indulge in, try not to be so maybe hard on yourself or so strict on yourself. I also am getting that you may have definitely there's a lot of star guides around you here for group number 2, your galactic family coming through. And I feel like they even could be like new guides even that have been assigned to you right now, or like new spirit guides that are like ready to teach you new things that you weren't ready for before. You weren't ready for the next level of this before. And this could be some sort of spiritual gift of yours, many different spiritual gifts. Because I just keep getting this reciprocity feeling, like it's time for things to be given back to you the same way that you give to them, including people, relationships, money, your job. And I do feel like a lot of you are going to start to see that people are giving, situations and people are giving to you an equal amount like of what you're giving, because if you ever had an imbalance of that, like maybe you've been in a difficult place, or you felt like you not had a lot of abundance in your life, or you haven't had any luck in your love life, it actually could have been because that little window of you and your soul was not open. You had closed that, so you were not being like completely authentic to you, so other people were mirroring to you that aspect of you. But now there's something to where you're ready now to experience more of everything in life, kind of, including people meeting you on the same level, that you meet yourself now, if that makes sense. So basically, I just feel like your guides want you to know here that if you've been seeking to have more connections, more abundance, more like just of things flowing to you to where you don't feel so much in lack, I think that's going to start to come in, especially as you allow yourself to unfold with this leopard print here. I hope that makes sense. Let's pull some charms. Oh, Spirit wants me to ask, is there any final message here, Spirit, for group number 2? Yeah. They want me to say before we go here that if you need something, you can ask. I'm hearing that angel wanted to speak here. They want to say that if you need something, all you have to do is ask. So this could be reaching out to your spirit team, your angels, even just like a little prayer or a little mantra that you can do, to just ask for help. It feels like, and that could even be about like humans as well, not just angels or spirit. Maybe some of you need to start to ask for help, because they keep showing me the 6 of Pentacles, which I was getting is like that reciprocity, but also on another angle of it. This could even be connecting with other people for purposes of helping you, or spirit, or both. So whenever you need something, it's time to kind of like ask for it and not be in that black hole feeling. That's just for some of you if you've been in that black hole. But you would know what I mean by that if you have been in the black hole. So let's see if there's any additional messages here for you with the charms. I don't know why they're showing me, I'm hearing save the date, and I'm being shown like a wedding invitation. So some of you could either be invited to a wedding, or it could be a wedding of yours maybe. I don't know if it's something that, like if you're in a relationship now, there could be, if that's what you're trying to manifest, there could be a wedding at some point. Or maybe it's like save the date in terms of a lot of experiences or some special experience that is meant to happen, like save the date for it, if that makes sense. Or it's being saved for you kind of anyway. So we have 1111 here, which I was definitely getting a lot of synchronicities. So yeah, a lot of you could be seeing, I was gonna say triple numbers. So maybe you're seeing triple numbers, but also angel numbers in general. Definitely for this pile, I would say there's a lot of them. And as I mentioned before, A lot of these angel numbers are coming to you because they're trying to send you news. So a lot of news is what they wanted to say, is reaching you through angel numbers. I'm also being shown a crow. So just pay attention to like little things, maybe what you're doing right before you see this or right after you see the angel numbers, because there may be a message trying to be sent to you at that moment to pay attention to. But look at this. We have the couple getting married. Yeah, so I don't know. There's something about a wedding. I'm not sure if this is you. Take that how that will fit with you. If like you've been wanting like a union in love, or if you've been wanting, you know, marriage maybe, or even just a connection like this, that could be manifesting. Okay, or maybe somebody around you if it doesn't feel like you. We have a heart here. Yeah, and we have a heart here too. But this is like the real heart, you know? So, I mean, of course, it could be heart chakra. There could be something here about your heart chakra. It's also maybe some of you are, with the way this is like an exposed heart, it's almost like your heart is being healed. And with this here as well, this little couple, how to put it, it's like something where yeah, with like connections coming in for you too, more authentic, more vulnerable. Some of you are being more comfortable with being vulnerable, or you're going to feel more comfortable. There could even be something about an exchange between you and a person that's going to be vulnerable as well. We have Virgo, and it says practical. So someone could be a Virgo, could also be something about Virgo season. We have a little cage here with a bird inside. So yeah, that's what I was saying before. It's time to set yourself free. It's time to open that window of your soul, is what they were saying. That window of more color, that window of more happiness. Yeah, here's the sun. Yeah, it's time for happiness. It's time for the sun to come out. Some of you, again, there's a lot of creative energy. So if you have been wanting to pursue more of your creative side, or yeah, like coming to life more with like your wild side even, or something like that, there's a feeling of that. It's time to let the sun, like if the sun would be in your solar plexus and there's been a closed door on that and you've closed off that part of you, it's like it's time to open that door now. We have this hand, so it could be something here about, again, fate, I'm seeing it as, or like fortune telling, something here about yeah, I don't know, it gives me a feeling of like the 9th house too is coming up for me for some reason. So connections, in this case I'm seeing it as, and also just like fated events, something about this timeline in your life now, which is branching into different fated events that you are supposed to encounter now. We have the spider web. So every time I see this, I always think of fate too, of like weaving our web and weaving it to completion so that we can manifest those things. But at the same time, it's things are being woven in the background. We have 2 butterflies, which look almost the same. This one has a skull inside. I don't know if it's moths or butterflies, but so of course that can be a sign of just the rebirth that we've been having. But whatever that means to you, I'm not sure why we have 2. Could be you and a person even. We have this bow and arrow. So this is about the forward movement of your life here. We have another hand. See, this one's reaching out with the heart inside, like to offer something. So I do feel like some of you are having an offer of some sort, or you're either helping somebody or helping other people, or they're helping you, or both. There's something about that energy exchange, like you're having more of those energetic exchanges, and there is one maybe significant partnership even for some of you. We have Sagittarius, and it says optimistic. So there could be a Sagittarius. We also have Virgo and Sagittarius. That could mean something for you, or that could be a person. We also have this little image of a forest here. So it's like that stream I was seeing too. Maybe giving yourself time in nature as well. The trees were coming up. We have, I guess this is a lighthouse. We had that for group 1 too, but it was a different one. So I always see that as higher self guidance and your intuition guiding you too. We have this little thing here, and the way I'm seeing it now is almost like that black hole reference, or like an energy portal almost. That can be, to be aware of that, to not fall into that, but at the same time, there's something being woven here, like some kind of new portal that you're entering into of your life. Exploring the depths of your soul, I'm hearing too. We have this cat on that window. Yeah, take that how that will mean for you, but it just looks, I don't know what that is. We have, when fear is forcing you to give up, call upon your heart's courage to continue. And then we have the traffic lights. This also came up for group 1. So yeah, it's like, no, for you, definitely there was a feeling of stop though, or like a yellow light at least, but probably a red light. Like there's maybe a certain time that you have to kind of stop, and then you can move forward later on or at a different time. But know when to stop and know when to go. So I will leave it here for you, group number 2. I hope this reading was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I would appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 3. If you chose this butterfly here, let's go ahead and see what comes up for you. So tune us in, please, Spirit, to group number 3. Anybody who chose this butterfly here for group number 3, what messages do they need to hear? What urgent messages does group number 3 need to hear right now from Spirit? So allow me to channel this information for the viewers of group number 3. Okay, so this is a strange energy, but I just heard like a thunder in the background, and I heard Spirit say, did you hear that? I don't know where they're going with that, but some of you could be hearing something. I mean, it could be in the physical world, of course. Maybe you're going to hear something rather strange outside, or but I'm hearing it's a calling. If it's not that you actually hear something, you know, physically, it could be a spiritual or metaphorical kind of noise. Basically, there's like a call here that you're having, or a calling to something, or you may have that calling in the future. And I do feel there's a lot of, they're showing me like white birds, white doves actually, and a lot of them though, like sweeping in here in the reading. And there's something here about your energy so far, group number 3, which feels like a lot of what you need to know has something to do with like an opening, like a big opening. And there's been a theme of this in the readings I've done today so far with this pick a card, but this one feels more urgent almost, like it feels like there's something swinging wide open. Yeah, there may be something very specific for you, okay? Or others of you, this is more on a subtle level that you don't know yet, but you may be suddenly called into something specific that maybe you've been, for example, waiting for. Maybe it's something where like, finally the time has come for this. I've been waiting for this moment, or I've been waiting for this. You know, it's almost like if there's a point on a calendar maybe that you've marked, it may not be that, but that could be an example. Or maybe it's something that you've hoped to manifest at some point in your life, and then it's like the day is finally here, or the day is about to be here. It could be something specific, but others of you could just be on a more general sense that there's a lot of sudden influx of like, the time has come. I don't know, is what I am hearing. Yeah. I'm not sure if maybe some of you live where there could be, I mean, everywhere has natural disasters, but they're showing me a lot of references with like the earth, like an earthquake I'm seeing now, a tsunami. But again, these are not literal, most likely. These are more of some kind of big change here. A big change is happening for you, or a big change is about to happen for you. Yeah. Now they're showing me bells ringing. So what is this about then, Spirit? What does group number 3 urgently need to hear? I'm hearing stay the course. Yeah, this feels like it could actually be very specific for some of you who chose this, because it feels like this is like a more narrow path that I'm reading with this pile for pile 3. The other ones were more broad. This feels more narrow, if that makes sense. So this could be something that's either more urgent or more specific that somebody needs to hear. But it's like you're on course to something right now. And if you stay on track and if you stay on course, you're about to arrive there. So this is kind of a message to keep going, or to keep the motivation. Some of you, this could actually be about your spiritual awakening, because I'm being shown a lot of like ascended masters now, and they were all aligned, and it feels very much of like a spiritual experience for you. So you may be called spiritually, either again to something that you want to pursue specifically, or maybe you're called to activate or to increase kind of some gift of yours spiritually. And I feel like in the spirit world, there's a lot of activity to guide you there, and a lot of energy surrounding you with that situation. And yeah, it's like they're showing me somebody opening the door for you, and I'm being shown someone kind of with their hand, like go in, like that. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of intense energy here, but I'm not able to grasp yet what exactly this is. So take it how it will fit for you intuitively. They're also showing me a lot of rainbows, rainbow colors, almost like I was trying to pinpoint like a chakra, or I thought I saw one, but then it turned into like a rainbow chakra. So there's a lot of like everything at once kind of feeling, or a lot of spiritual activation for you, group number 3. And actually this is kind of rainbow. So yeah, if you chose this, I think this color in itself could represent some of the energy and why you chose it, because I feel like you may be stepping into a new journey. If it's not physically, it's definitely spiritually, but if it could be physically as well. It feels like they're showing me also chains that have been left behind, like you've found the key to take off the chains that were on your feet. So again, for this pile, you may not be able to distinguish or to discern what exactly that is. Some of you may have disconnected from something recently or ended something, but others of you, you may not know exactly what it is. And if this sounds something like that could be for you, you just kind of need to know that this is happening. Basically, it's your ascension. There's a huge ascension happening for you, and you're breaking chains in this process. Yeah, there's a lot of, I'm seeing a lot of birds as well. You may have definitely a connection to birds, and it's like a lot of activity. You know, the way birds communicate with each other. They're showing me like a bunch of birds of different species all kind of communicating to each other. There's a lot of activity here for you, a lot of active messages, a lot of active just energy coming through. Some of you definitely may be called to really sweep away. They're showing me a broom, and I'm hearing new life. So maybe having a completely new life in whatever way that's going to be for you. And so the urgent message is that it's time for the new life. It's time for that. And this is something that I don't think that you can really choose or avoid. Like, this is something that is already happening for a lot of you, or is about to happen in a way that you can't control it. Because, and I said this for another pile too, but it's kind of like it's time now for you to go from like one energy now to the next energy in a much higher level. And so when we go through that, we have to leave behind what is no longer resonating. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening for you. I am seeing some of you standing and feeling kind of confused. Like, they're showing me somebody at a crossroads and there's many different directions, but I'm seeing that you feel a bit overwhelmed, or even a bit just sort of scared even. So that could be for some of you, that if you do feel a bit lost right now, this is more of a feeling. It could be physically too, that you don't know which direction to go in your life, maybe. But I think for a lot of you, it's more of a feeling of an energy that maybe you start to feel. And this definitely could be predictive for this pile, especially if you haven't had this happen yet. It could be in the next few months, where you may start to feel that spiritually, you know that you're in the rainbow energy now, and it's a positive feeling, but it also leaves you maybe a bit like bewildered or confused as to what now, or like, where do I go now with this energy? I just heard stay the course again. So they keep wanting somebody to know. I'm not sure why they want to reiterate that so much. Maybe because you have to stay the course to get here to this rainbow. Maybe it's something, again, specific that you wonder if you should give up on this, or you wonder if you're on the right track, or you wonder if maybe it's fear that is subconscious, or fear that you're aware of that is in a way holding you back from experiencing the full range of this rainbow, which in this case, the rainbow represents a more kind of ascended version of yourself. So stay the course right now. And if it's a goal of yours, if it's something that you're working towards in like business or love or career, if you keep going and you stay on track to exactly where you are now, you will be there. You know, the door is being opened for you. Yeah, this pile for sure. There's a lot of, for your pile here, I'm also hearing ancestors. There's a lot of like guides around you. I mean, it came up for another pile too, but it was different. They've all been a bit different. I've seen different spirits in each of the piles. For you, it feels like a group, like a lot of them, like 10 or 15 here all around. So you're highly supported right now in something that you're doing, and it's almost like a bit of a like the final corner of the race or something, and you can see the finish line, and you have your guides and ancestors, ascended masters I was seeing as well, that are applauding you because you're almost at the finish line, like you're almost breaking that ribbon at the end of the race. And so for some reason they just want to keep saying, like, keep going, don't stop the race, or don't give up, or forfeit it. You know, it's like, it's that kind of thing. Group number 3, what is urgent for you to hear right now from Spirit? I'm hearing see the bright side. So I'm not sure if maybe there's been something with this that has come with the sacrifice of you having to see the bright side, but this could just be a general message that with anything, try to see the positive right now in your life, try to see the positives in the situation that you're going through. Yeah, they're showing me a card from the Starseed Oracle that says, you go first, the universe will catch you. And it shows somebody leaping off of a cliff and into just space, kind of, in a way. So yeah, this is like a feeling that you're safe to let go. You're safe to be free. You're safe to like jump off that cliff, metaphorically speaking. And again, this pile feels a bit more like it's going to be different for a lot of you, I think, because whatever you're leaping towards is going to be different. It could just be an energy in general, like your life just becomes easier, or your life becomes more joy-filled. But it could also be something very specific that you have been worried that if I take this leap of faith that I might fail, or that I'm not on the right track. But you're definitely, like for this pile, you're definitely caught by all of these supporting spirits for you. So you know, they're explaining that obviously we can't see most times with our physical human eyes how much support we have spiritually, but they're definitely there. And so it's almost like if you could see, and you could see like all of these souls that are holding out the net to catch you, then you would jump. But since you can't see it, you're not doing it because, or maybe you're afraid to do it. So basically they just want this group to know that you're very supported with something, and they really want you to stay on track, because with the amount of kind of spirits and guides that you have coming up here, you're probably doing something very important, or you're on track to do something very significant and important in this lifetime that is highly supported. So it's like they need you to continue. Is there anything else for group number 3 urgently that they need to hear? I don't know why I'm seeing a body scrub. So that could be something that for some reason's coming up that could be useful for you. Maybe some sort of salt scrub on your body. I'm seeing a hummingbird. Yeah, I mean the hummingbird, I just saw a hummingbird too the other day outside my window, and they always look like they come in just to like say hello and then they fly away. So I feel like for me the hummingbird represents joy and light and the present moment. So it's the same kind of feeling here for you, of the hummingbird kind of bringing this present moment lightness to your life. Is there anything else for group number 3 that they urgently need to hear? I'm also being shown a disco ball. Some of you here, again, this pile feels very good to me, but it's almost like it's the same message. Like it's not, the other piles were they had different messages. This one just feels like an overall kind of similar message all around. They just want you to have fun. They want you to enjoy just like the vibrancy of this moment. It's like, I don't know, it's time for this, like, and I think that you would know this if you're still here in this reading so far for pile 3, then this would be for you. But if you don't feel any of this at all, then it's probably not for you, because it feels like it's kind of specific, or it could be a bit further down the line. But this is a very happy, joyful feeling of like you've reached this moment now where you can be happy, or you've reached this moment where you can like let your guards down and enjoy, you know, fun and dance and laughter. And it doesn't even feel like that you need to go search for it or bring it into your life in that kind of way. It feels like you're already in that, or you're definitely beginning to experience pieces of that. So it's just the remainder of it, of like, it's safe to continue to go all the way, because there's so much more happiness and more for you to experience as you continue on that path. Okay, I'm also being shown a fox, and they're referring this fox to be certain people, or maybe a specific person, which at some point had access to you or was able to affect you. And I'm being shown that that situation feels to be completely dissolved. So I'm not sure if you've walked away from that or if it's something that on an energetic level, it's like it can't touch you anymore, whatever that is, whatever that negative energy is or deceptive lower vibration, something about how you've completely shifted away from that. And they're showing me a rose and they're pointing to the thorns on the rose and how the thorns at one point would hurt you, but now, you know, with like the rose being the actual flower itself, representing the sacredness of how you've become the rose, but you've had to endure the thorns. And the thorns in this case could be some kind of situation which affected you before, is all I know, like people, situations, negativity, or a cycle in your life where it felt like everything was kind of thorny. But that's where this message is coming in, that you no longer have to feel like it gives me a feeling of somebody being rescued from maybe even like an abusive situation. I don't know if that's literal. If that is literal, then that could be for some of you that you have, you know, successfully been able to physically or energetically disconnect from narcissists, from people that maybe have been abusive towards you. This could, of course, be advice if you're in that situation, that like you're very supported to leave that situation right now, if that is the case. And maybe this is just for one person, I feel, but if you do feel like you can't leave that person because you're afraid that, you know, the universe is not going to catch you, they're not going to support you, or that you're going to be left kind of alone, this is a really strong message to say, like, there's so much support that you can't see. So don't be afraid to walk away from that, because energetically you're so far disconnected from that person or that situation, which is lowering your vibration, or has for a long time. But if it's not like one specific situation, it's just that I feel it's more in like a general sense that you've come out of this maybe cycle or chapter which felt kind of like you were stuck in, I don't know why it comes up that way, like some kind of abusive situation. It could just be the way they're showing it, maybe just a bunch of different situations which were, you know, negative, or people who were negative. But now it's like you see the finish line and you're being rescued from that now, and it's like it's okay to say that, like, I made it out of that environment. So I hope that makes sense. I'm hearing invest in yourself. So this is actually advice coming in here. Some of you are being encouraged to really invest in yourself, even something with like pampering yourself or buying things for yourself, doing nice things for yourself that maybe you wouldn't have done before, or that you feel you weren't worthy of that before. Could just be energetically as well, self-care. But I think you're already in that. Like, this doesn't feel like a forced kind of advice. Like, it feels like you're already really very much in that, or you're very aware of this. Yeah, there's a lot of, this reading definitely feels very like a supportive message, like a message of, I'm hearing hold your head up high, like a motivational kind of message for someone to keep going with whatever this is that you're exiting out of, or whatever you are energetically shifting out of. And it feels like when you get to that finish line, it's almost like a sense of crying tears of happiness. That's how it's coming through. And on that same note, I do think that a lot of you are going to start to see how your world will become a lot more soft, kind of in a way, or gentle to you. Like maybe again things were sharp or abrasive before, or people were not nice to you, or people didn't see your value. And it's like your world is kind of softening in that way, to where the experiences that are coming in, you're like safe, like you're in this new world where, of course, there's challenges and there's people that are still gonna not be perfect, but there's something of the experiences now are on a different level, and they're more suitable kind of to you and your energy now. So you can expect to see a lot nicer, kind of like nicer people, smoother situations, more abundance in general, just kind of a feeling of flow. But the people in this new world and the situations in this new world don't have that same fox kind of energy as before, or they don't have that same sharp edge as before. I hope that makes sense. Is there anything final here? And then we'll get some charms for you from this here to see if there's anything additional. Anything else for group number 3? I'm hearing be the change that you want to see in the world. I think that came up for the last collective reading I did too. I'm seeing some of you specifically maybe moving into, could be you're moving into a new home or new space, or again, it's just the way they're showing it, but I'm being shown kind of a very, again, peaceful, like I'm seeing a back porch with like string lights, and you just feeling very at ease with the moment and very happy. Like you don't feel in that, whatever that negative situation was before, you don't feel affected by that because you're not even in that same world anymore. You've completely left that situation. So that could be that you actually do move into a new space, and it's going to be very peaceful for you. It's going to be filled with a lot of you being able to live your life, like, and enjoy every moment and live your life how it was meant to be lived. Yeah, it's just that feeling of like, maybe after, you know, a day at work, and you can unwind and do whatever it is you do to make you happy at that moment, and it's just like a peaceful feeling that all is well. That's just what I'm getting. So let me pull some of these charms here to see if there's anything else for group number 3. I'm also hearing trust in the divine detour. And that's kind of where also, if there is something that you're being led away from, or if your life is, obviously with this, with the leap of faith reference, there could be something that you're called to or called to change, which is like going to require you to fully trust that that detour is truly right for you. And so the answer again is yes, it is truly right for you. So allow yourself to wander into the unknown, but allow yourself to know that any divine detours are divine protection for you. And yeah. Getting a lot of similar charms here in all of the piles. So the first one that's popping out at me is this skull pin, safety pin. So yeah, there could be something which has closed, you know, the way this is fully closed, like it's not able to open. Something is done and sealed, you know, maybe it's some kind of ending in your life, or ending of a again, this feels like that, like there's no more kind of going back to that. Let me just put my, like this. We also have here a butterfly in a circle. So the butterfly, especially for you, is symbolic. And the way this circles around the butterfly too, it feels like you're ready to let the butterfly out kind of, and a cycle has completed. So definitely for you, a lot of true butterfly energy of this transformation. We have this little cage with the bird inside. So this came up for another pile too. A lot of these are very similar, a lot of them. We have yeah, so it's time to let yourself out of whatever this is. It could be some kind of abusive situation, if that is for a couple of you, or just the life circumstances that you've been in, which have felt like you being trapped in this cage. And this is time to close that book. We have 1111. So for me, for this pile, this 1111 is giving me the feeling of this is the right track. Like, this is a confirmation that you need to hear, that like, yes, 1111 is saying that you are indeed on the right track and that you can have this safe confirmation of that. We have Aquarius, and it says friendly. So you could be an Aquarius, someone could be an Aquarius. We have Pisces, intuitive. A lot of zodiac signs here, a lot of them, wow. We have Libra, charming, Leo, generous, Aries, courageous, and Taurus, trustworthy. So I don't know why all of those zodiac signs came out. Maybe some of you need a confirmation that this is for you. Okay, I don't know what that is. We also have here a lightning bolt. So yeah, didn't I say in the beginning? Yeah, I said something about the thunder and an earthquake, and I heard Spirit say, did you hear that? So I don't know, there's something that you're going to suddenly hear. It could be something like that, that you just suddenly have a wake-up call, or you suddenly have this inspired action to do something, or maybe you suddenly realize something. Your life is going to shift into a different direction. Maybe some things are just, yeah, suddenly coming to realizations for people around you, something like that. We have a heart. So this gives me a feeling of that peaceful feeling of like completion of the heart, completion of the self, the pink color, like self-love, gentleness, self-care, but also the possibility of like wholesome connections maybe, but just really for the most part gives me a feeling of peace of the heart. We have a crown here too. So yeah, I feel like you're being crowned some kind of victory, you know, something to where, again, with that finish line, like you're crossing the finish line and you're being applauded for because you did it, you crossed the finish line. So there could, for someone specific, there could even be a call to something sudden, like could be something in career maybe, and you're going to be drawn to that, and you are going to get the crown with that. Like that's why you're being called there, because that's your path. We have the lighthouse. This came out in every pile. So yeah, your higher self guiding you, your intuition's guiding you right now. We have the snake. So for me, this is giving me a double meaning of the transformation with the snake, or a triple meaning. The second meaning is the snakes that you're leaving behind in your life in terms of people. And then the third meaning is you kind of healing yourself, becoming a healer even, or just healing yourself. We have the fish. So we have Pisces come out here earlier. It just always gives me a feeling of more flow, going with the flow, trusting the flow, but also being in an environment which is more abundant and more like flowy, if that makes sense, to bring more of the right things to you. Yeah, we have the scales. So it's like, that's that feeling of balance, of situations that are balancing out, of your life becoming more balanced. This is, again, advice, though, to keep things in balance as well, I feel. Can't remember what came up now earlier, but, and look, we have the bells. Wow. So I don't know what this sudden call is. If any of you have an idea or you've already had this happen, then let me know, because it's a really strong message of that from the beginning. There's been this calling of the bells here. I don't really know what this is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Fruits or something? We have this traffic light. This came up for every pile too. So same thing I said with the other piles. It's like when to stop, when to go, when to take action, when to maybe there's a you know, you're sitting at the red light and then you're waiting for the green light to take you into a different direction. We have the butterfly again. So you have two butterflies. We have this arrow. This one has a heart on the end of it. So again, with the heart here too, I feel like this is leading you to more maybe peaceful situations, peaceful connections, possibly could be love involved as well. We have the brightness of your being is generated from within. So yeah, if you feel drawn to watch another one of the piles, you may want to watch the other one if you felt drawn to one. We have this cat in a mug. Okay, I don't know what that means for you. And I have no idea what this is. I saw it before and I don't know why I don't know what this is. I think someone told me, but I can't make out what this is. But I will leave it here for you, group number 3. I hope that this reading was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love.